Hello, good morning everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Wiranda Queen. I'm a student at IKPGRI Pontianak. Here I will explain the contents of my article. Okay, let me start straight away. My article is entitled The Use of Talking Stick to Improve Student Speaking Skill. Okay. In the abstract, researchers focus on the use of talking stick to improve the speaking skill of 7th grade student, one of junior high school in Banyuke Hulu. And classroom action research is conducted in the classroom to improve and enhance the teaching the learning process in the classroom. So, introduction. The speaking is the most important skill in English learning, as language learners are considered successful if they can communicate fluently. The speaking skill is one of the main focus in English teaching. And the method from the article called classroom action research is conducted in a classroom to improve the enhance the teaching and learning process in the classroom. So finding and discussion, the research was conducted in 2 cycles consisting of cycle 1, 3 meetings, cycle 2, 2 meetings. Including speaking tests, the findings of this study discuss the results of the speaking test and the field notes taken by researchers while applying the talking stick technique to the teaching and researcher while learning process in the classroom. The following is the description. Okay, first cycle research findings. The research was conducted in the 2 cycles consisting of cycle 1, 3 meetings, cycle 2, 2 meetings, including speaking tests. The findings of this study discuss the result of the speaking test and the field note taken by the researchers while applying the talking stick technique to the teaching and learning process in the classroom. How is the implementation of speaking teaching action using the improvement of speaking skill through simulation in 7th grade student of SMP Negeri 3 Banyuke Hulu in the 2022-2023 school year. In the section, the researchers also displayed the result of student average score in the first cycle and the second cycle. The result will be displayed in the following figures. Number 2, research finding the second cycle. Student score in cycle 2 increases. This can be seen from the result of speaking test. Okay. From the chart of the average student score above, it can be illustrated that there was a significant increase in the second cycle. The data is obtained from the scores of all students in each cycle, then divided by the number of students in the class, and then the average value of students in the first cycle was 70 and the second cycle was student in the first cycle was 60 and the second cycle was 70. Based on the data of the average value of student option in the first cycle, it can be said that the application of the talking stick technique to improve student speaking skill has not improved as expected. There still needs to be planned better For this reason, the researcher decided to continue to the next cycle. Finally, in the second cycles, the data of student average score showed the student score increased and got better result than the first cycle. And then conclusion, the research has been conducted on 7th grade students of SMP Negeri 3 Banyuke Hulu in the 2023 academic year with the aim of improving students' speaking skills by using the talking stick technique. Based on discussion about which has been conducted by researchers in 2 cycles in the study entitled The Use of Talking Stick to Improve Student Speaking Skill Technique. The research showed the improvement in the student speaking skill was quite significant after students got the talking stick technique. This can be seen from the comparison of scores between cycles. Learning to speak this technique can also make a student active in the teaching and learning process. They pay more attention to the lessons and introduction from the teacher in the teaching and learning process. They showed that talking stick technique can improve student speaking skills. Talking stick technique can make students become active and pay attention in following the lesson, because this technique is effective, active, and creates fun learning. This technique can also increase student thinking power to further develop the material provided that creates comparison between students. Okay, I think that's enough my presentation. Thank you.